As you watch these interviews, consider the following questions. How do we define food systems? And who is involved in the food system?
I think from both point of view, science and producer, I think when you look at food systems, we need to step back first and say, what's the scale that we're talking to, right? So in my mind, food system is a global issue right now. We got barriers, we got things that separate us, but the truth is that there's only one planet, right? And right now, the food system is affected by climate change, and that doesn't happen in the Midwest and not in South America. It happens everywhere. South America right now have had almost 3 years of a huge La Nina effect that has drought implications, right? But climate change is something that is happening. So when you look at a food system, you need to think, in my opinion, from a global perspective. And we also have to think that at Midwestern, as producer from the Midwest, from here and in South America, we think of food systems on the production of some commodities, right? And the food systems are a lot more complex than that, right? So as in a nutshell, California has its issues. We have the different production systems. We all face climate change. We all face supply chain issues, right? But a sustainable food system right now, it cannot leave out the idea that climate change is affecting the way we grow things.
When talking about the food system, scale is important, meaning there are key differences among local, regional, and global scales of a food system. The word sustainability is often synonymous with environmental friendliness. In these interviews, you will notice that while important, true sustainability in our context considers factors that contribute to longevity and health for the people involved in the system, the planet, so the environment, and the profitability of the system. In short, we define sustainability as considering people, profit, and planet.
So a classic definition of sustainability would be to say, well, we can sustain the production indefinitely, in time. And at the same time, we address issues of economic sustainability, social sustainability. So I think the concept of sustainability is evolving to something bigger, which is food justice, right? Is evolving to things of environmental justice. So if we're going to be sustainable, the elements are, again, we have to look at it from the global perspective. We need to look at it from the society perspective. It's just not the producer looking at an 80-acre field and saying, I'm sustainable because I do no-till and I have been producing soybean and corn for this amount of time. It has to be also taking into account supply chains, access to food by all society, right? The economic sustainability of the producer is key in all of this, but also the affordability of that food is key too by urban. So I think the concept of sustainability could be parsed in different things, right? It could be parsed on, all right, from a technical point of view, if I'm looking at, at home, we farm about 800 acres, and we can say, all right, we're doing the things to reduce erosion, to continue production, to maintain fertility, but I cannot separate those 800 acres from the planet, right? So I think in many ways, when we, as an academia, we need to start debating those things. And I think we're doing that. And the good news is that those 800 acres here in the Midwest or in Argentina, in my opinion, are going to be not only part of the solution of producing food, but part of the solution of how we're going to improve the environment.
Food systems are complex and multifaceted. The scale of the system, either local, regional, or global, influences the accessibility and affordability of food and has environmental implications.
So it's a really interesting question. Where does the beginning and end of the food system, how would you locate that? Because it's clearly not just what happens on the farm. And it's clearly not just what happens before you get to the farm. It's not just the input supply. And it's not just what happens after the farm. It's also the system of policy that defines how we operate within that system, and consumer preferences and things that are related to food and fiber all across the economy.
A food system is an interconnected web of activities, resources, and people that extends across all domains involved in providing human nourishment and sustaining health, including production, processing, packaging, distribution, marketing, consumption, and disposal of food.